So when you fail to set appropriate expectations, one problem can be that there's a lack of alignment. And that can be with your team members, stakeholders, anybody you're dealing with that you've given this task to. And this means that despite all their best energy and efforts, they tend to go in the wrong direction, the work doesn't get done properly, and they tend to become away fatigued and tired. And you may be fatigued and tired and frustrated by what's happening. So the first thing we have for you is a model we call PORT. So what does PORT stand for? It stands for purpose, output, resources, and time. So when you give a task, you just give those four aspects clearly. Now, it's not SMART. Many of you may have heard of SMART, which stands for specific, measurable, agreed, realistic, time-bound. That's the description of a goal, and that can be useful, but we're talking about task assignment, which is more useful and more important to get right. It's very important to use this model because we all speak different languages effectively, because we have different personalities. And different personalities require task assignment done in different ways. But here is a model that works for every personality style. That's what makes it so useful and important. The key thing is to remember purpose. That is why. Now, this model is extremely powerful and can be used for the most complex task assignment down to the very simplest. In fact, it links directly with good project management. Now, what I'd like to do is give you a simple example of it. I know it's a bit boring, but a simple example so you can understand it more clearly. So I'm going to use the example of you having to present to an important group of people, might be a group of clients or senior managers, and you have this critical photocopying you need done beforehand for this meeting. And you're going to use the receptionist who does the photocopying in the organization. So let's call the receptionist Alex. So you go to Alex and first give the purpose. Alex, I would like you to do this photocopying and prepare some materials in order to make sure a presentation to some key clients is successful that I'm conducting later. Next would be output. And that would be something like, I need 500 copies of this photocopying and they need to be at 600 dpi or high resolution. Then there would be resources. And you only mention here resources that are not normally in their authority. So it might be, and Alex, you can use the specialist EGM photocopier that's on the top floor. And last but not least, time. And here you'd say, when you want it by, 2 p.m. It's that simple, but surprisingly powerful. And sometimes people say, I haven't got time to give a PORT. I'd argue you haven't got time not to give a PORT because otherwise you'll be spending a huge amount of extra time trying to get them realigned and getting them to redo all the work that you really wanted them to do. So go and give it a try, see how it goes.